You do not have to print this. You can just title it Computing Pay Worksheet Examples. If you print it, that's fine. But if you don't have a printer and just want to write them out, that's fine also. If you choose to type them, that's also fine, but you must show your work, even if it's something as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. Just as I would expect to see it on your paper, I would expect to see it on your typed document. So this is what we're going to do in class today. And then this one right here, hopefully is different. Yeah, this one is your homework. So it's the same idea, just a little bit longer. So if you need to print those, you can. I'll give you a second to do that while I kind of get the document camera pulled up anyways. Otherwise, get out wherever you are going to write these down, and we will get started in just a minute on that. So let me share this screen now. All right, so again, this is what we are going to do for our classwork. If math is a strong subject for you, this might be, you might think this is a little bit easier. Feel free to work, kind of, if we're going slow, feel free to work on your homework at the same time. I will go slow because some people may be struggling with this, and because I'm not there and I can't, with you guys, can't see how you're doing, if it's super easy, if I'm going too fast or too slow. I tend to go slower, and you are welcome to speak up. It can be through chat if you prefer, but let me know if I am going too fast or too slow. But again, I want to make sure I meet everybody's needs for the people that math is not their favorite, to put it nicely. You will want a calculator. Yes, you can use the calculator on your phone if we were in class. No, but I would have calculators for you. You can just use a simple calculator. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I have my graphing calculator here because I didn't bring a big one from my classroom. But so this is what I will use. But so again, you are either printing this or you are writing it just in your notebook and you'll take a picture of your work, or you are starting a new doc and you are going to type out all of your work. Just make sure you title it. And this will be the first thing that goes in your doc that is due on Friday. Any other questions before I get started? Okay, so Cheryl worked 32 hours last week. Her hourly rate is $12.19. What did she earn last week? All right, so she worked $32, and this is how much she makes per hour, her hourly rate. We're just going to multiply those. So this will be 32 times $12.19. I'm going to use parentheses for multiplication. You can use a little dot. Do not use an X, please. Even though that's what's down here. I should have changed it. I hate it. We'll look at that in a minute, though. All right, so $32 times $12.19 is $390.08. Again, this is going to be before taxes or anything like that. If you have had a paycheck, you know, they hit you with a lot of those. But that's just going to be before that. All right, number 2, Ari's salary is $2,600 per month. What is her yearly salary? So if this is per month and we want yearly salary, what we have to remember here is that there are 12 months per year. So if this is what she makes per month and we want yearly salary, we want to know how much she makes in the year, we do 12 times 2,600. So Ari in 1 year makes $31,200. Okay, number 3, Julie's monthly salary is $1,800. Her monthly job hours are 150. What is her hourly rate of pay? So that's how much she makes in a month, and this is how many hours she works in that month. So we want to know how much she makes per hour based on that. So this one's going to be a division problem. So she makes $1,800 per month, and she works 150 hours. So 1,800 divided by 150 is $12 per hour. Number 4 here says Mackenzie's full-time job pays her $1,900 a week. What is her hourly rate? So full-time job here in the US is considered 40 hours per week. So that's what's going to be considered full-time. If it's not said otherwise, full-time is going to be 40 hours in a work week. So she makes $1,900 a week and she works 40 hours. So same idea as the last one, 1,900 divided by 40. So notice this says 47.5. Do not write 0.5 alone on your paper. You will get it marked wrong. So money is always going to be 2 decimal places or 0. If it's a whole dollar amount, like on numbers 2 and 3, that's fine. But never write just 1 decimal. So this needs to be $47.50. You have to put the 0 after to get it correct. So Mackenzie makes $47.50 an hour. Number 5 here says Jack grosses $59,000 a year. So the word grosses or gross income, gross wage, that just means pre-taxes. We'll get into that, I think, in chapter 2 a little bit more. It'll use that. It's just kind of an intro on that vocabulary here. So that just means that's how much he makes before they take anything out. We want to know what is his gross weekly wage. So if this is how much he makes in a year, we want to know how much is it per week. So what we need to remember here then is that there are 52 weeks per year. So $59,000 divided by the 52 weeks per year. So Jack approximately makes $1,134. And remember, money is only 2 decimal places, so we're not going to write all 6 of these decimal places. Remember our rules of rounding. So after the 1 is a 5, which means we're going to round that up to a 2. So $1,134.62 per week. is approximately what Jack makes. Okay, number 6 here. And if I'm going fast or slow, tell me. Remember, you can use those little buttons, or you can just type it in the chat. So number 6, Christy gets paid 8 cents for every piece of trash she picks up. In 1 week, she picked up 9,347 pieces of trash. What is her wage? So this one is going to be multiplication. So we want to be careful here. It's 8 cents, but we don't want to just multiply 8 times 9,347. You can, but then you're talking about cents still and not dollars. So you just want to be careful with that. So I would recommend writing this 8 cents as 0.08 times 9,347. So every 1 piece, and this puts our answer in dollars, $747.76. If you chose to not write it this way and say you kind of just forgot, I'll just show you off to here. You don't have to write it the second way. I just want to show you what it would look like if you didn't turn this 8 cents into 0.08. If you just did 8 times 9,347, you're going to almost get the same number. It's just not going to have a decimal. 74,776. And this answer would be in cents, because that was 8 cents. And so if you turned it into dollars, you'd have to move the decimal 2 places. That's a comma, not a decimal. So I think it's easier just to turn the 8 cents into 0.08. Questions on that first half, 1 through 6? Okay. This has a couple of typos that I fixed after I printed it. So now we're going to do 2 more down here. That's computing pay if you work for yourself. So if you're an entrepreneur. So how much money you make depends on how profitable your business is. So you need to be able to compute profit. So profit, and this was in our notes the other day, is income minus expenses, or revenue minus the cost. Income and revenue, how much money you're bringing in. Expenses or costs, how much money is being put out. That should be a dot, not an X. So income is equal to the quantity sold times the price per unit. And expenses can be fixed, things that don't change during the month, like your rent, or they can be variable, which vary depending on how much you sell, like raw materials needed to produce the goods or services. All right, so here on number 1, Michael set up a lemonade stand on Sunday. He sold 150 glasses of lemonade. The price was 75 cents each. His costs were $30. How much profit did Michael make on Sunday? Okay, so to get profit, we need income minus expenses. So we need to calculate our income. Income is the quantity sold times the price per unit. So quantity sold. He sold 150 glasses of lemonade, and they were 75 cents each. So again, don't write that as just a 0.5. That needs to be 50 cents. So $112.50. That's how much money he brought in. But his costs were $30. So he could have had to buy lemon, sugar, cups, anything like that he needed to purchase. So he had to put that money out up front. and then he gets this income coming in. So Michael's profit then is going to be this $112.50 minus the $30 that he had to spend on his supplies. So Michael's profit is $82.50. Okay. And here on number 2, Michael set up a lemonade stand for 5 hours on Sunday. He sold lemonade for $2.50 each. He rented a table for the day, costing him $8 an hour. He spent $19 on lemons and water and $13 on cups. If he sold 300 glasses, how much profit did he make on Sunday? Lots of typos here. I apologize. I don't know what was going on when I typed this. Okay, so let's see. First, we need to calculate his income. So he sold 300 glasses at how much were they? Oh, $2.50 each. So 300 times 250. Oh, move my calculator over so you can see it. So his income was $750. But he has some expenses then. So he rented a table, he bought lemons and water, and he also bought cups. So for the table, it was $8 an hour, and he had the stand for 5 hours. So that's going to be $8 times 5. So again, that part right there, that's for the table. Plus the $19 on the lemons and $13 on cups. So 8 times 5. So this is $40 plus $19 plus $13. So his expenses were $72. So finally, his profit then was his income minus his expenses. $750 minus the $72 that he had to spend was $678. Do we have any questions on that?